Alright. That is in the higher end of the orange. Let's try this. Okay, how about that? That sounds much better.
Soviet Bear has now subscribed for 44 months. 4 is the number of death, so happy double death anniversary.
Thank you for the sub. Also, should point out that these remixes of this music is done by I believe her name is it's at least on Bandcamp it's Isabel Chiming is the person, because unfortunately I don't have it set so that on my little foobar thing that it shows who the artist is, but yeah, it's Isabel Chiming is the artist.
Ready? Good luck.
Thank you for the raid, and that is not formatted right. Hello, Loco. Hey, Death. Hey, Stove, and thanks for pointing out the typo. It is incredibly believable. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never seen you typo once in my life.
Yeah, especially like sending to my own Twitch channel.
Oh my
Forgot
God.
the D.
Lolo et puzzlo. But now you can see what I mean when I was talking about on.
Yeah, I saw. That was a lot of noise going on. Thank you for the, well, let's see. I will take a look to see what the long request is. It's going alright, Ivy. Got got a good majority of my chores done before. I got everything uploaded except for this, so all I have to do is just pop this one on YouTube and I have everything uploaded for the week. Including episode 69 of Media Delta.
It's a good episode.
Oh shit, actually okay, actually I take it back. There's one thing I need to do, but that'll take like 2 seconds. I forgot to do the automated tweet for the schedule. Hey, Dimension. Yeah, because I changed one of the names of the episode, but let's see. Like, Isabel did a really good job with these remixes, but one thing that I'm not sure if I'm a fan of is there is a remix for every palace, and some just feel like this one in particular. I like what they're going for, but I'm not a huge fan of remixes that change the tone of the original song. Especially since the palace that this is associated to is a real asshole.
I don't know. It's Legend of Zelda 2. I feel like all the levels.
This one in particular is bad.
So just like a bunch of dark nuts.
Yes, it is the first one you see a blue dark nut. Also, they introduce another enemy that is really obnoxious. Well, we will get to that when we talk about what this hack does. Because there will be... I'll explain what all this hack does. At least, a good majority of what it does. Okay, I tried. Like this a little bit. Okay, there. That one's out. Now let me get the...
What was the long request?
I didn't check because I realized I needed to get a tweet out. Arcanum.
Arcanum.
I've heard of that name, but I don't know exactly what it is.
It sounds familiar. Isn't it a card game?
It might be, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Okay.
I'll look it up while you start the show.
Okay. I just gotta get some more tweets out.
Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, now that's sounding... There it is. God, I post my going live thing in, like, a server that has way too many channels in it. Alright. Now we can go ahead and start. So, hello, and welcome to a Sunday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody. we are taking a look at something that I've kind of wanted to take a look at since it originally came out. Or and by originally came out, I believe that this one, so this ROM hack is relatively recent. I believe it came out in the last, like romhacking.net listed as it came out at the end of January of this year. I could have sworn it came out a little bit earlier, or maybe that was an earlier build. But the full release of this hack apparently came out at the end of January of this year. And we're taking a look at Zelda 2 via the Zelda 2 Redux hack. Now, there's been plenty of hacks of Zelda 2 before. What they usually do, though, is they are total conversions, essentially. They're trying to be, like, entirely new games. And unfortunately, the thing is, it seems like people who are into Zelda 2 feel like they want to make it more difficult, which is a questionable decision, and usually is not done that particularly well. But that's usually what Zelda 2 hacks have been so far. What Zelda 2 Redux does is it doesn't add anything. It's all, and by add anything, it doesn't mean add new content. It's the same game, essentially. What it does do, however, is something that not a lot of hacks do, which I wish that they did. This aims to fix a lot of problems that a lot of people have with Zelda 2. For example, like, not only does this hack by itself change a whole lot of things, such as how you, because let's see, I'm just trying to go over, because there is a lot to this. So one of the main things it does is it rebalances how your sword works a little bit. I believe it gives you slightly longer range, although I'm not 100% certain. They redo some of the hacks to make it look, at least, like it gives you a longer sword. And I don't know if that's a placebo effect. It definitely changes your sword beam. Also, it changes some, a major problem that a lot of people have, which is the fact that if you are in a dungeon and you die, that is running out of lives, you always start the game, with the exception of if you're at the very last level, you always start in the North Temple. This actually fixes that so that you will start in the palace that you died in, which is that's at the base level. It also does a few other balance tweaks. It changes magic values so that they're a little bit more fair. For example, shield becomes much cheaper, jump becomes much cheaper, life especially is cheaper. And it's a round value so that it's not, because when your little boxes that you have for magic are units of 16, and I believe life was, it's 50 or 48, which is not clean to 16, so you would always have this weird overhang. This changes it, I believe, to 48, or it changes it to basically a value that's square to those blocks. So it's not like it's a little bit easier to use. But that's at the base level. There's also a whole bunch of optional patches that you apply on top of the other patch. For example, you can turn off the health beep when you're at low health. So yeah, if you don't like the beep, the only problem with that is I tried that, and the thing is that it means it really, unless you're paying attention, you can very easily die like that. Things like changing sound effects, you can make it so that a area that was changed from the Japanese version is actually more like the Japanese version. You can also change it so that if you game over, you keep your XP, which is very beneficial to that. Also, you can change it so that if you die, you will always spawn in the same room that you died in, as if you did basically just lost a life, which is also nice. Also changes some things with the live system, how extra lives work. Also, there is some optional graphics changes, which I'm not really going to do, with one exception, which is the title screen. There is a additional way that the XP system works, which that's also going to be in. Also, there is a secret patch, which they don't say what it does, and I don't exactly know what it does either, but we're doing that. Also changes to how you get XP from levels, or from finishing dungeons. So for the sake of letting you know what all patches I'm doing with this one, so I'm using the base, obviously. I am changing the sound effects of when you get minor items. I'm changing the text sound effect. I am having the Famicom Disc System King's Tomb. I am keeping XP at Game Over. I am using the new XP system. They have a reduced lag patch, which is nice. Reworked title screen, the secret patch, and static XP from Palace Crystals, which I'll explain when we get into the thing. So, with that, we might as well actually start. Because, you know, I don't know if I can beat it in one sitting, but I could probably get very close. So let's go ahead and start. So here's your new title screen. Also, Shadow1333 is the person who made this hack. And they made the logo look like a modern Zelda thing. Also, they made the sword look like the sword from the box art, which I thought was a neat touch. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. I believe they also retranslated the little intro text, but that's just there. So. Some other things, they added the animated water from the Famicom Disk System release, which is a small touch, but kind of neat. And here, like, right off the bat, we will see what the new XP system is. Also, you can probably, if you're not familiar with the original game, they did change the UI a little bit, so that you have hearts for life. They did keep the leveling system, and I believe it's the same levels. But you'll see here, when I get this P bag, I have 59 out of 50. So this is what the new level system is. What it means is that if you hit select, or I think is it up and start? Yeah, it's up and start. You can go into the level screen whenever you want, which means you can activate a level up whenever you want, or if you have XP for that level. The good thing about that is that if you store like a defensive boost, or basically if you store a life level up and a magic level up, you can actually give yourself a full heal on the fly. But yeah, it's pretty much the same game. Oops. Damn it. Oh, that's gonna hit me. Yep. Like, for example. We are fighting in the dark because I do not have the candle yet. And that is a optional thing to get a magic container. Also get something very important that will, if you do not get it, will be a bad time. Also, the towns have a little animation now. Also, the text is sped up much, so it's much faster. Also, they changed it so that the text has more, like, there's more text in it, so hints are a little bit more useful, so to speak. Also, are you? No, it's not you. It's you. Yep. Just do it. Yep. Okay. Also, another change is they changed the effects when you get magic and when you die to be less seizure-inducing. Which is a very... a thing that Nintendo has put into their re-releases of this game. Okay, now that we have that, let's go to Parappa. Also, I'm gonna try and not... I'm gonna try and see, like, I'm going to not rewind as much. Because, we probably should see the changes to when you die and all that. Also, give me 1 second. I need to change something because it's very obvious in this. There's something that I'm noticing, but I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to get other people to notice it. Also, I can fix it right here. Force interest scaling. There we go. That should be good.
See, but now I want to know.
It's basically it wasn't scaling cleanly, so it was getting some shimmer. Though it seems like it's still doing it, but it's not that bad. There's that. There, and here's Parappa.
Is there a rapper in here?
Nope. So one major change they have made that is a major quality of life, especially for the US release. There are no enemies in this game that steal XP anymore, because that was a thing in the US release. Those little Hoppy Knights would steal 10 XP per hit, and they don't do that in this game, because that is dumb. And also, I believe, was only added to the US release. Okay, I could get a magic upgrade, but I'm gonna save for a attack up.
Did they make shield fighting a bit easier?
Not like it's still the same. Like, you need to keep an eye out for it, but for the most part, it is still that. I think they might. I can't remember if they changed the graphics on him or not. I know they changed the graphics on Link. Another change that they made is to... let's see, is there one in here? Yes, there is. To Bubbles. They gave him dramatically lower health, because in the original, they practically took like 100 slashes at attack 1 to kill. But they gave you a whole lot of XP for when you started to see him. So they balanced it a little bit more to be more of an annoyance than like... Or like a... thing you can just kill. I don't know, so I should be able to get attack. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so that gives about 20 experience.
Yep. They used to give 50 apiece. Oh, so I don't need that yet. Another small change. One, they changed the graphics so that, until you have shield, so if you have life 1 through 4, your tunic will be blue when you use shield. But if it's, 5 through 8, it will be red. Which is a nice touch. Oh, good. Oh, what are my levels? I'm just gonna take another life. Actually, I can take the magic too. Okay, 500 for attack. There. Oh, and it did magic, so I didn't even need that.
And how long does the shield spell last?
Until you leave the screen.
Aha.
Yeah, it's not like a timed thing. It is until you leave the screen. Also, the shield is starting to get cheaper because it started at 16 and now it's 12. I believe it will go down to 8. But it won't be like, I don't think you get to 8 until you get like magic level 4. Damn it. So this room is a lot less of a hot mess because these things are a lot easier to kill. They do still steal magic though, which is a Zelda staple. So, yeah. I'm not super against that. It's annoying, but it's also, I mean, it's just the enemy. They don't do that much damage, so it's not like it's a huge, like, burden. It's not stealing XP like a lot of enemies did in this game. Ooh, another P bag. Also, there is a magic jar if you hit that iron knuckle up there, but I do not have jump, so I can't get up to it. Okay. Yeah, they did in the original. Like, that is not something they added. Okay, come on. Alright. Now, yeah. So yeah, there's these, but of course, you can still do this. Which is, I will fully agree that's not exactly the perfect solution to it, but it is something you can do. Yep. Damn it. Looks like they're doing more damage than I thought, but we have a full heal waiting for us, so it's not going to be that bad of an issue. Now time for the what is generally the fastest NES remix challenge. Damn it. So I just remember that killing that Iron Knuckle was a challenge in NES remix. That you can finish in like 3 seconds. Okay, this is the one where I can do shield. Also get lucky. I could maybe get an XP boost before? Nope, I can't. Does it say, is it 500? Yeah, it's 500. Alright. Now time to deal with you. I did it. Oh, let's see. You know what? So here's a change that I really like, which is this is going to show you what the static XP does. Because a problem with the original game is the fact that whenever you complete a dungeon, or a palace rather, you will basically get your next level completed. So if you beat a level and have like 2 XP until next level, it doesn't really make sense to finish the level out. So what they did instead was they basically gave you, they gave you enough to basically, or did it? Actually, I think I might have accidentally disabled that. That might be a slight issue. Yes, it was. Yeah, because I should have gotten 500 XP from that. Give me one hot second. I'm going to take this. Not here. And also you can, I think, oh, is it start and select? It's up in A. Okay, so I'm going to save real quick. Let me just make sure that that's there. Give me 1 second. So I want to do something real quick because I want to make sure that that's active. Okay, there we go. Well, let's try that. Okay. So now that we have the candle. Also, since we're going to need the jump spell. Also, I think they changed it so that there's not as many Octoroks in here. They did not add health drops, but they made the life spell much more accessible. There we go.
Even with the changes, I'd still say this is my least favorite Zelda.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. It is a weird game. I will fully admit that. But it makes a lot of the annoyances kind of less.
Yeah, which is good.
Also, yes. Yeah.
You had to. It's important.
Yeah. All right, lady.
I was about to ask, where's Error?
He's right there. Come see my grandpa. They did also fix the translation error to make it, like, to do the thing that makes sense of why he's called Error, because they fixed Bagu's name in the original. They also made, I believe they make Chump cheaper generally, too. Because it is Bug in this one. So at some point you can go back to Error and it's like, oh, I can tell you, it tells you more information. So I'm going to try and limit rewinding, but it will do some fast forwarding if need to. Oop. never realized that there was an overhead area for Link too, because I know that's the reason why you can do that thing to the Iron Knuckles. But yeah. Jump. Another nice little quality of life thing is that in the original game, if you cast a spell, you have to reselect it. In this version, you just have to, you can just hit select and cast a spell over again. Ooh, P-bag. Ow. Also another small touch, which we'll see in a second once we get out of this mission. Or not out of this, I mean, it's kind of a mission, but this battle. Where? Okay, where is it? I thought it was somewhere around there. Is it over this? Oh, I bet you it's on the other side. Okay. And I got into a random encounter on top of it. Which is something you can do to... Yes, okay. So, in the original, there were hidden extra lives, these little Link dolls. In the original game, if you got an extra life, I mean, it is an extra life. But what happened is, if you lose that extra life, it's gone. Like, it's just, it's an extra life. And then if you came back to that spot, it was no longer there. What they changed in this one, for it to do, for how it works, is it makes it so that it adds an additional to your cap. So now whenever if I die and respawn, I will get 4 lives instead of 3. Which is a pretty big convenience. Yep, there we go. And yes, thankfully these things do not steal your XP anymore. Damn it. They can still collide right into you and be generally annoying, but they don't steal XP while doing it. Also, yes, they still have it so that all the town names are the names they would later use for the sages in Ocarina of Time. Alright. You found a mirror under the table. I thought it was the person was right here. Yes, you are. There we go. And now... pretty much the most important spell in the game. Which is now 32, which is 2 blocks. So it is much more, you can use it much more often. Which is great. Still heals 3 hearts. It is completely aesthetically. Okay, also I wonder if they... Okay. There's an Easter egg that I'm wondering if they... I could have sworn that they put back in, but I guess not. Do I have to crouch? Okay, I could have sworn they put it back in, but I guess not. So in the Japanese version, if you go to one of these little gravestones, you will get a little message that says, "Here lies Roto," which is the Japanese name for Erdrick. So it's a Dragon Quest reference. Also, now you no longer have to re-talk to the ferryman to get the bridge to appear. It will just automatically appear when you go back into town. Alright, time for Death Mountain. All the assembly code for how, like, for this patch, is freely available. Like, they have it on, like, a GitHub. And I took a look at basically the code for the secret patch, and it says something about Death Mountain, so the area we're in right now. I've kind of taken a look over and tried to see if I can find it. I cannot find anything, so I still have no idea what the secret is. Alright. Also another minor change, but they changed the name of the spell from life to heal, which... oh well. Alright. Time to deal with this asshole.
Bidding on the fans of the game with that translation.
There we go. Now I can do an attack. Also, the key to Death Mountain is just always go right. Now, time to deal with this prick. So a weird quirk about this guy is that getting hit with the axe, like, if you're up close to him and you get hit with his axe, it does much less damage than getting hit by the thrown one. Now, I looked at what the secret patch did. It doesn't do much. It's like 4 lines of code, so I really do not know what it does. I guess, actually, that probably makes sense why it does less damage. Ooh. Well, we're going left now, but it's also a single path. Basically, when you have a choice, go right. Okay.
I like that you picked up the magic pot before you healed.
Yeah. So killing Dyrus is entirely about rhythm, but that's how it's always been. This enemy that is practically only in this one area. Which I'm fine with, because those things are assholes. Alright. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, because did that... Okay, it did keep. I was afraid that since I left with it still healing, or giving me magic, that it would, damn it. Okay. So as far as I know, Dyra do not appear in any other game. I would say they're basically the Zalfos, except the Zalfos are in this game. So they're something completely separate. Also, I can level... I'm gonna hold on to that, because I'll see if I can get another attack boost. So that's always beneficial. Actually, I should after a few more kills. Yeah, I should be, once I kill these things, hopefully I'll get... not... Oh, God damn it. Okay, I can just smack one of these things. There we go. Oh yeah, I bet you they're in the CDI game, but that's about it. There is something I kind of appreciate, even though it's a thing that's technically against you, is I always do appreciate that these enemies, like, enemies in this game try and keep a distance, which I feel is a nice touch, even though it's kind of annoying to deal with. So there is a they even mention it in the manual, that there is a handful of attacks that you cannot block with your shield by default. Axes being one of them.
Axes are powerful.
I'm guessing the reasoning is because they are mostly doing damage through blunt force trauma, which a shield doesn't really protect against. Also, fire is one of them, which is why the Aikman... no, you cannot use shield to do that. There is a separate spell to do that, which you do not get for a while. Which is kind of one thing that I kind of wish, although I don't think there's really an opportunity to do it. I kind of wish they changed one of the spells so that, or like, I kind of wish they swapped fire and reflex so that you get the reflex spell a little bit sooner. God damn it. At least we can heal. Also, a thing to know about whenever you pick up a red magic pot is that it gives you, in total, double your, basically double your full magic meter. So if you have since I have 5 bars of magic now, I would get essentially 10 bars of refill. So that's a good thing to know when you're healing yourself. Where's my drink? Always have to do that. See, the thing is, I was expecting the secret spell to be something that you do over here, since this area is essentially the area that Legend of Zelda 1 takes place in, but I couldn't find anything. The only other thing I could expect is maybe you need the flute to do something, but we're not going to get that for a while, and I don't feel like going all the way back over here. I knew that would be the first time I die. That asshole Octorok is the thing that has killed me the most in this game. Yeah, they don't remove the flashing completely, but they don't make it cycle colors, which is a probably the more harmful effect of the flashing. Forgot that did that. That's okay, I'm about to get into a town, so it doesn't matter. There.
Town's nothing but graves.
Oh, this one over here. Fermito. Where we get one of the most important skills in the game. Also, there's a magic spell that we can't get quite yet because we don't have the key item for it. And there we go. The most important move in the game. Well, one of. Oh, actually, I'm gonna heal my magic. And now that we have the hammer, we can go over here. Actually, that's not even worth it. Also, we finally kill those things. There we go. Oh yeah, we're not getting that, Actually, no, I want the magic. Yeah, we're not gonna get that attack boost for a while. But at least... my shield only cost half a bar now. Which I'd say that one's almost... Oh, I just realized the grass also animates. It's very subtle, but it does animate. Which actually, technically, I don't even need the next magic that I get in that town until the next level. So I don't really need to even go out of my way to get it quite yet. Damn it. I hate Mobies. Because guess what? They also steal XP in the original version.
Such a dumb idea.
Yeah, it was unfortunately common back then to have enemies that steal XP, because that was definitely an RPG thing. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Do I have to go all the way down here first?
I'd say one of the worst examples is in Demon Souls, where the final boss can steal entire levels.
Yep, that was more common, much less in XP, because that was a big wizardry thing, is that enemies would steal levels. Which, in that case, could be basically, well, you just lost an hour of progress. because wizardry was in the realm of RPGs that I would say even most grognards now don't even care for. Like, we're talking like AD&D, like, first edition.
Yeah.
The realm that Thaco lived in.
Yeah. Thaco, one of the worst things mankind has ever created.
I mean, yes, it can, but also... As I say, if you forgot out of the fight, you're probably also dead. Or going to be close to it. Okay. You know, it's nice that you get a full, like, magic thing, which is going to basically be a full heal, but also seeing that as like, well, that could have been... That is one thing, I don't know how hard it would be, but I really wish that they did that in this, is the fact that even if the enemy drops a magic potion, or magic pot, that you should still get XP from it. It's really annoying to, like, oh, here's a big enemy. Oh, you get a full magic restore, but also there's like 50 XP that you just don't get. I also want to say that they changed the like how much XP these things give. Or they changed how... Okay. Actually, I don't think they did. Also, that is getting my ass kicked, so... Oh, they did change, because it used to give 20, I think. I hate these platforms because of the item that we're going to get this level. Yeah.
At least they don't turn you to stone.
No, they don't. Oh, there's two of them. Let's scratch my nose. There, I can scratch my nose now. Okay, do I... Okay, no, I need to get the item. Alright, be back. What is it? I'm actually gonna go for a magic. Do I have a key? Yeah, I have a key.
Power glove.
Yep, so now I can, break blocks and also kill myself if I go on a platform that's made of blocks and I try and downstab something. So the thing about the magical key in Zelda 1 is that it makes level 9 a hell of a lot easier. In this game, it's not super, like, helpful, but it's still nice to have. So I'm pretty sure there are still keys in the Grand Palace. Which, if I remember correctly, they also changed the Grand Palace so that, because in the original it was kind of a maze where you had to take very particular paths in order to get to the exit. And in... actually... I'm gonna hold on to that for now. was gonna say? They make it so that no matter what path you take in the Grand Palace, you will always end up at the end. Which is very nice. But then again, I have the path to it. I basically have I have that level. That's one of the levels I just have, like, memorized in my head. Do I need to go down first? No, that's the exit. So I'm gonna do this, just in case. Just to save state periodically, just so that if for some reason something happens, I can just go back. God damn it. Nope. Yeah, I would definitely say that this is definitely the version at least you should probably start with if you're not familiar with it. Though granted, you know, you gotta know how to, like, do, like, hacks and all that. But other than that, I do feel like this is pretty much the best way of playing this game right now. Even at the base level without even the little side things. Actually, I should be able to get the attack before the dungeon boss. There we go. Now, is it going to give me 1,000 is the question. Okay, good, it's working now. Okay. Yeah, get the magic boost. Okay, now before I go back to the next level, I need to get a spell first. Oh, I never realized that this was here. Yep, time for the last time we're gonna do this, and see, let's see, I wonder if I'm gonna kill myself in the stupid way. Have to come over here. Okay, good. Because there's been multiple times in which I've killed myself by, downward thrusting that Daira into that little pond. By pond, I mean little acid or lava pool. So in the original game, that was basically, like, that is essentially the potion from the first game. Because what that is actually supposed to be, it's medicine. That we are trying to help this old woman save her child who is sick. Okay. Okay, where are you? Are you right here? You are not right there. Here you are. No actually seeing the daughter, but that's what's supposed to be. Borrow the power of the fairies with this spell. Also, fairy is much cheaper. Also, heal is already starting to get cheaper. And now time for this segment that I hate. So this is how. So in the US version, this screen is basically just, is just like there's just a tomb that's like, oh, this is King's Tomb. But here they make it so that there's like enemies here, or there are enemies here originally. I don't know.
So what was so bad about that sequence?
So if you get into if you get into a random encounter, that segment is really, like, the enemies there are super annoying and deal a whole lot of damage. Now time for one of my least favorite dungeons in the game. I'm actually curious how far I'll be able to get. God damn it. Okay, are you gonna be an asshole? No, you're not. Because starting with that one can spawn an Iron Knuckle. I don't think they change behavior, but they change some other things like XP. Yeah, these assholes. Doom Knockers is actually what they're called. And that mace wheel, you can't block that mace. Hold on to that for now. Oh, that one... Okay, this one wasn't as bad. I think it's this one. Okay.
Defense boost is pretty cheap.
Yep. Well, yeah, your life is the thing that will get to the max first, and also now, because I'm now at life level 5, I will have a red tunic. There we go.
You missed a key back there.
Oh, did I?
You did.
That I did. I'll grab the key now.
I mean, it does try new things instead of just repeating what they did in Zelda 1.
Yeah, it's also this. this was a weird time of game development. This is the Famicom Disk System era. It's also originally a Famicom Disk System game, so it was basically the Wild West. People were just trying weird things. Oops, shit. Oh, good. Now let's see, can I make this jump normally? Yes, I can. Oh, right, I don't have the upward thrust yet. And I'll not get that for a hot moment.
So, like, trying to find the positives within the negative.
I feel like this is just a game that either you like it or you hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I will fully, like, this is probably actually one of my favorite Zelda games to play, but I will fully understand if people do not like it.
Yeah, for me it was just the way it controls the enemy patterns, just none of it really felt like it gelled.
Yeah, it is a very weird game that the weightiness of the feeling, because that's actually one thing I actually like about it. I like the kind of weighty, weird physics to it, but that is definitely something I can fully understand other people not getting into. It was a lot like, I remember when Killzone 2 came out, and a lot of people were like, oh wow, I hate the way that this feels so weighty. But then some people were like, well, I really like that. So it is definitely a thing where it's like, either you want, or like, if you're looking for something a little bit freer, or I don't know if freer is the right word, but a little bit more,
Looser.
yeah, looser, then this is probably not for you. Well, I could also argue it's kind of, I really hate to say this, but it's kind of the Souls thing, where it's like, those games are like really good, and the people who like it, like, there's definitely things for them to like, but if you don't like that type of game, then you're not good. There's no way you could patch it without completely destroying the game to, like, make it, it's just not for you.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine, because obviously, like, taste is subjective. So there's nothing wrong with not liking a game, or liking a game for that matter.
Yeah. It'd be completely stupid for somebody to get angry and upset and throw a fit because you don't like a game that they like.
Yeah. And likewise, if you have, like, legitimate concerns about something, then obviously you have right to not like something either.
Yeah.
Just don't be a dick about it. Also, yes, this is the first time you see blue iron knuckles. These things are always a bastard. So much so that this is basically just the... Like, this is just the boss of the stage. It's just another one of those.
Like, I have, even games that I really like, games that I consider the best, I have plenty of criticisms about them. But that's just because I'm a very critical person, and I don't believe there's such thing as... Like, when I call something perfect, I mean,
Yeah.
it's as close to perfect as you're gonna get. It still has flaws, but...
Perfection doesn't exist.
Yeah, it can't.
Like, universal perfection does not exist.
Even, like, individual perfection doesn't exist, because there's always going to be some small thing that's going to be wrong with something.
Yep. Yeah, I just mean, like, something that's, like, 100% of the people, like, there is no...
Oh yeah, no, you're never going to find something that's regarded universally as perfect.
Like, for this channel, there are things that I can guarantee that, like, we will put stuff in one that some people do not like.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that wasn't the case, then nothing would be in one.
Or we'll lambast something that some people really like.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to when that Ghost and Goblins game that just came out gets to be when I feel like appropriate for me to purchase, and by that I mean about $10. And I just completely hate that game.
Yeah, I took one look at it and just said, nope, not buying it.
Well, it's great because there's a lot of people like out there that are like, oh, it was when the reviews were first coming in, and it was getting a whole lot of like 8s and 9s. Like people were like, it's like, oh yeah, it's a game that's like, it's super hard. It's Ghosts and Goblins. It's finally back. And then I read the GameSpot review that was like, yeah, this is Ghosts and Goblins, and by that I mean this is not fair at all. And it's like, I feel like there is a sort of like nostalgia for something that I feel like I don't think I've actually met someone, except for that, I mean, there's one person that I can think of that honestly, God damn it, I hit spell again, that has a fondness for the Ghosts and Goblins franchise. Because that was always a weird franchise that was like, oh, this games feel... Oh. Yeah, I suppose, but it's just... There are a couple of good games in there, but I just feel like that franchise always was just super cheap.
Yeah, I don't like a game that throws cheap and unfair situations at me.
Oops. Oh, damn it. Am I gonna be able to... God damn it. Oh, I hate this one. See, this is the one like, this is a problem that is just due to the way that these boss rooms work. The fact that they cannot scroll. Damn it. Oh well. I will say that the game Ghouls and Ghosts, the one that was arcade and Genesis, I find to be, like, serviceable. So I feel like that game basically was like, okay, here's Ghosts and Goblins, here's some of the problems that we had. It's still gonna be, it still does Ghosts and Goblins stuff, but it's a little bit more better about it. And then Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I feel like we have seen the problems that I have with that game. And many people who have never played it before. The problems that I especially have with Super Ghouls and Ghosts is that it's way too long.
It also expects you to play the game twice.
Yeah, well, that is just a staple of the series, which that's why I kind of like Ghouls and Ghosts, because it's the shortest. It's only 5 stages long. Though Ghouls and Ghosts does have a problem where you can soft lock yourself if you have the wrong weapon. I think last time I actually played Super Ghouls and Ghosts on a actual Super Nintendo, I think I can get to like stage 3. Like I can beat stage 1 fairly reliably. Oh shit. Oh well. Also now... So this hack does one thing that I find kind of annoying, that you can't like change it. So they make a change to the battle music over here. When you get to this island, It uses the battle music from the Japanese version, which is not as good. Also, here is my favorite side quest to get magic. I am thirsty. You drew water from the fountain. You have water.
Ah, so that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Just gotta give somebody water and they'll invite you to their home.
Yep, and then you can talk to their grandpa. They'll give you be able to shoot fire out of your sword.
I do like to shoot fire out of my sword. It's a handy ability.
See, like, I wouldn't find that so amusing if it weren't for the fact that the fountain's literally on the next screen. Also, I do appreciate that they made fire extremely cheap. Because one thing I'm also surprised that they didn't give in an optional patch is that these things, like, in the US version, they made it so that certain enemies were only able to be hurt by fire. So I kind of wish that there was a way to revert it to the way the Japanese version worked. Also, now I have 5 lives. Well, 5 cap. And also, if we go over here.
Having fun.
Yes. Also, first time. Also, the Zelfos. So there is now a Iron Knuckle that is on the overworld. We have a tame child.
Hell yeah, we got a child. Put him to work.
It's funny in the Japanese version you have to stab all the items, so you have to stab the child. Okay.
I mean, naturally.
Also, I'm just gonna... I don't have to get this quite yet, but since I'm here...
So, we've heard about why I don't like this game. I want to hear about why you like this game.
I really like the swordplay of this game. Like, it's the weird thing that it's like something that a lot of people dislike about this game, but this game, like, has a sense of, like, when it comes to, like, the way the swordplay works, there really isn't a whole lot of other games that have swordplay that feels as solid as this. Especially on the NES. Because this just feels like it has... Like, the weight of it is something that I appreciate. And just... what it tries to do, like, the ideas of it, I think are neat. Damn it. Well, let's get a refund on the fire. I'm trying to think, what are the... Okay.
Is that a Dodongo?
It's a unique and... so that's actually, I believe, it's essentially a Zora, if I remember correctly. I'm taking a drink at the moment, so...
See, that's what you gotta do for like channel points is things because everybody's got them now. Take a drink.
Take a drink. Yep. Change my posture.
Yeah. Just gotta set. I actually have. I have one set up where I have to stop everything I'm doing and pedal Westa.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
So I got 68,000 points.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot that those things do a lot of damage. Oh, actually I can... Magic is close enough. Wait, are those things seriously only worth 10 points? Well, those things are way more annoying than they should be for 10 points. Though granted, there's a lot of them, which is also why they're annoying.
Also, this is the first Zelda game to have jumping.
Yes, it is. Octoroks are truly the most dangerous enemy in this game because they've been responsible for 2 of my deaths. Also, man, I really hope that I get to the dungeon before gaming over. Because if I die on the overworld, I will go back to the start of the temple, which that one's annoying, but at least there's a reason why I usually do a exploit to skip these. Oh, actually, I can do an exploit. I can do this.
I feel like that's less of an exploit and more of a...
Using the spell for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I suppose.
That's being smart with your spells.
Oh, there's something here. Oops. And now... Also, man, there is a decent possibility they could actually beat this in one session. Because we are over halfway through the game now.
Helps that you can remember basically everything.
Yeah. There, so now I finally have the reflex spell. Which I'm surprised is as expensive as it is, but oh well. Wait, is there not a healing magically? Oh well. No, oh! Okay, first off, okay, I'm going to take that one because I thought I'd cast a different spell. Okay. That is the one gameplay rewind. Well, I'm taking that gameplay rewind. That was not what I was intending to do. That was me hitting the wrong button. Okay. Oh no. Man, this kind of that just reminds me. I wish crowd control was much more stable than it is. Because doing that, Zelda 2 through crowd control is really fun. I bet you doing that through this would be interesting. But every time I've done crowd control, it's crashed in the middle and has deleted all of my progress.
That's no fun.
Especially when you're doing Kirby Superstar and you lose everything.
It's basically red pots are a free heal.
Yep, it is free heal for both. Which is, like, why I'm fine with it sometimes when it's the substitute for a large enemy PV or experience. Actually, what I should do, 'cause that really matters. Oh, actually, it reminds me. I can get that. No, whatever. Should probably just actually get to the dungeon so that I have a checkpoint. There we go. Oop, actually, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this. There we go. And now it's time for unfortunately designed enemies. Where are you? I saw you for a second. There you are. Yeah. Wizards have an interesting design in this game. Okay, hold on. Oh, it stopped doing it, damn it. I want your XP. Get another hole. There we go. Even if it is only 70. Oh, right, this... Okay, I know exactly how I'm going to game over too. I feel it coming up. Alright. I hate these rooms so much. Later. Damn it. That is why you hit that one from the right. Also, I forgot that this asshole is going to be right here. Actually, can I hit them with fire? Yeah, they're not. Well, I can at least... Okay, I'll take that one. That was me just completely forgetting to jump. So now, I start right here. with 5 lives. And all my XP.
It's kind of lame that the downward strike doesn't work.
Yeah. Like, it's a weird hitbox, I guess. I'm not gonna kill these things again.
Gotta stab him in the eyes.
There, and now I'm gonna take that defense boost. Hail Satan. Oh, so I got the key from that room, so it doesn't matter, so I can... I actually wondered that. I bet you it does. Which would be nice. Actually, should do this. There, I know the boots.
The boots.
The boots of walking on shallow water. Okay. This one's bad. Because... Okay, you know what? This is so cheap, I'm just gonna do that. There we go. Okay. Or is this... Okay, I don't think this is the one that... has the really bad thing in it. Okay, that could be annoying. Okay, you're not. Okay, we are free unless I just forget to hit the button again, which I didn't. Okay. Also, the thing about teleporting enemies that always suck is the fact that they seem to really like teleporting on top of you. Unless you're paying attention. Yeah. Okay. There, now we're done with this side. Right. Okay. What is my next? Okay, next one's another defense. Also, I think if you don't get the upward thrust, I think you're actually required to get the upward thrust to get through that. God damn it! I didn't realize it could boomerang more than once.
That was your first mistake.
Damn it, there's a... You sit in your hole. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna take that hit. Okay, is this another reflect? Yep. Hopefully one of them gives me a red jar. Oh, so this is slightly unfortunate. Oh, also another slight change they did is that every enemy in this game now gives XP, because it used to be before that those things never gave you XP, so theoretically you could just farm off of them. But also, why would you do that? Okay, I knew there was another one here. Nope. Okay, I don't think that is... I guess maybe. Okay. This is the room... Yes, this is the one that has the problem. Okay, where is the sun? Oh! Okay, there. Okay. 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 Well, that's one. Okay, good. Okay. Pro strats. Okay. All right. Are you all ready for Mastercraft and boss design? Boss design is my passion. Damn it.
It's a good boss fight.
Defense boost, right. So I think I get 2,000 from here? Yes. You know what? I'm just gonna save up for that attack. And now I can walk on water. And now I need to align myself with this. And rub my face against this real quick. And over here. I'm pretty sure you can, yeah. Then also, art container. And just immediately to the next level. Which I remember this puzzle, or this, I remember this level being slightly annoying, but also not as bad as some of the other ones, but I remember this one being a little big. Damn it. Also, there we go. If I remember correctly, this also is the first. Yes, I believe this also has a really good farming enemy in it, though. Also, actually, now that I think about it, I think this actually, unless they fixed it, I think this actually has an area where you can farm to max level. Yes, these guys. Okay, I'm gonna do reflect. Because killing these guys whenever they show up is really worthwhile because they give you a whole lot of XP.
Fair amount.
And they're usually more than one in a room. There is one room that has, like, I think like 6 of them in there. Except, again, it's a teleporting enemy, so it's a lot of waiting. Also, I'm not super like, I remember bits and pieces, but I remember, like, my memory of this exact layout is a little fuzzy. Is this? Nope, that's not it. Also, there's an illusory wall in this level. Also, I think an illusory floor as well. I don't know why the word illusory is so hard for me. I think this is the room, actually. Okay. Yes, okay, so... Okay, is it? Okay, yes, they did not fix it.
A lot of pee bag.
Yep. Oh, there was also a lot of magic that I probably should do something about. But yes, if you sit in just the right spot, it will... like, those things will just come to you in a really easy spot. Except I am screwing this up massively. I have boned this really hard. I'm coming back.
No, I think you could still do it. Jump up to the 2 that are... never mind.
Ow. Oh, let's see. Actually, I can do this.
Jump up to those two and knock them out. And then...
Yep, I can do this. So yes, there. Okay. Okay, I want... Let's see, can I get... Oh, gotta look the right direction. Just to save us some time. Also, yeah, because those ones drop 200s. So there, we are almost max level. Okay. Let's just continue onward. For some reason, I forgot how to jump. Or forgot how high my jump was. Oh. These ones in particular are really bad about landing on top of you. They're either comically far away or really annoying to deal with. There we go. Alright. So actually, I think I need to go to the right. Okay, so not yet, because there is... If I remember correctly, there is actually a part of this dungeon that you do not... There is no reason to go into it. I think that's it. So I think I need to go down one more. No, get that pea bag. Actually, I might as well go left. Oh. Oh, actually, that's right. There is also another thing about the fairy spell. It doesn't... Okay, you can't do it if, you have a key. But you can actually squeeze through doors as the fairy. Or lock doors. But you would need to do it both ways. And you can potentially soft lock yourself. I really hate this one because timing is completely off with jumping with those things. Okay, I think this might be the room with the false floor. Is there any more? Okay, this is not the one with the false floor. That actually might be the next level. Just want to make sure I cleared out that room. Okay, seems like it. I think this is the room that has... a bunch of them. By bunch of them, I apparently mean like 4. Nope. Nope. Okay, it's 4,000, 6,000, and 8,000. I'll hold on to that. I might as well go from the top and you know, go down, because I think attack is always the thing that's most worthwhile. If I remember correctly, I can't remember what I need to go down for. But I think that's where the item is, because I didn't... Yeah, I don't have the item for this area yet. Alright. There we go. Oh, goody. You know, I would have rather you give me a pea bag. Okay. Okay, so did I have to go down here? You don't hit me. Okay. Go. Oh, that sucks.
Your kingdom for some magic.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it might even be worthwhile for me just to die and get my full thing back, but I'll see how far I can get. Oop. Yeah, I don't know if any of those give me stuff. Also, I know that this boss, I'm going to need as much of anything that I'm going to get, because this boss is probably the hardest boss in the game. Or trickiest, I should say. Yeah, so yes, Game Overing would make the enemies respawn. Come on. I think it's a blue one, isn't it? No, there's just no reason to go down here. I think that I have, like... I'm pretty sure I have nothing. Yep, there we go. Okay. At least I now have full of everything. And now I think I have to go to the left. You know what, that 50 is not worth it. Do I have to... Okay, right, I do have to get an additional key. Nope. All right. Hooray. Got 50 XP. Also, just in case. Come on, stop being, like... Stop being a coward and just get... This one's really liking to, There we go. Wait, that's at 6? It does go down to 6. That's really weird. There we go. Well, we'll definitely be getting... I'm actually kind of wondering if I'll break the 10,000 limit, because I don't know what happens, actually, if I do that. Unfortunately, I can't get 3 XP. So we'll not have nice XP. I'm actually really wondering what's going to happen. So I'm pretty sure I get more than 3,000 for being this palace. And also time for this asshole. Yeah, he's rough.
Seems like fun.
Okay, let's see what happens when I... Okay, it does go do that, so let me do this. And then there. Alright. So on to the second to last dungeon. Alright, let's go ahead and get our final heart container. Also now over here we have essentially Iron Knuckles in random counters. This area can get a little rough. But it is a decent grinding spot. So what is... Actually, I'm gonna get the... No, actually, I'm gonna just go over here first. Also, the red Zalfos, which are essentially Direct. Also, so there's something that they don't really tell you a whole that great, except for the manual, is the fact that you can cut down trees with the hammer. Yep, and also, if you get all the magic containers, you get a special prize. That prize is another magic container. Actually, I should have spent that once. There, and let's get some that. And also you go in here. And there's a little hole. And inside the hole is a spell. Enigma, which used to be called a spell, but they've changed it to Enigma. Which Enigma, what it will do is it will transform all enemies on, or if the enemy is successful to it, it will transform them in all enemies on screen to a bot, which is a little slime thing, which is nice. Also has one other use, which is right here. And now we have the magical key. Which means we no longer have to find keys. Alright, so let's heal up and then... Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Where is it? There you are. Okay, now let's go back over to the other area. I mean, maybe the slimes are robots, but they're just called bots. Oh, yeah, so that's actually a thing that's actually kind of funny about this, is that this game does have a thing where if you... Because you can't do it on NES controllers, so there's no reason for them to... there wouldn't have been any reason for them to do anything about it. But this game really acts weird if you hit simultaneously left and right. So, right here is the last heart container. And now, go over here, get into a counter, And now I believe this is Three Eye Palace, is what they usually refer to as. Also, should check. There. And actually, give me 1 second. Alright. So this dungeon actually is kind of a little bit easier than the last one. Also, the item in it actually is technically optional, because you can beat the game without it. Because there's one screen, or there is like one area in particular that has any use for. Because basically what it is it's a cross, which makes invisible enemies visible, and you can get through that area pretty fine without it. But it just makes something a little bit easier to do. So I could get the final health thing, but let's hold out for the magic. Also, I'm fairly certain we're going to be able to beat this. Oh, right, these things have... God damn it, that's not what I want. I mean, also, I might as well do a shield. Oh, so there's a whistle through my teeth right there. Oh, right, this guy. I can just kill the bubbles in one shot. Also, I think I might be skipping something. No, I'm not. So, if I remember correctly, this is the room that has the false floor in it. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Damn it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and it's a real tricky thing to do blind, but, yeah. Also, just, it's weird because straight up guarding the item is just this boss again. Which actually, I wonder if I'm gonna time. Okay, I can't do it. Oh well. You can actually kill the thing if you time your downward thrust a little bit. You can actually time it so that you can kill the thing when it's getting off its horse. And there's cross. Surprising that it was just straight up a cross in earlies, considering how sensory Nintendo was about religious iconography at this point. Also, since it's been a while. Wait, did I? Wait, did I kill the wizard? Or was it? Oh. Oh, damn it. Really wants to give me red potion or red pots, which I'm fine with. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, Jesus! That's a real dick enemy to place there. But oh well. Oh, also, speaking of magic, there, I only need life. Yeah, in the first two games, the religion of the area was meant to be Christianity. So... Okay, is this the one that doesn't really have anything on this floor yet? Actually, I'll kill this thing. Oh, god damn it. Get over there. Okay. Okay, come back here. There we go. God damn it. Also, by the way, with these things, if you're not careful, you can just... The bounce back you get from killing or breaking a block can just straight up send you into a pit. Alright, that's the one that has the... Also, guess what? You get to fight that boss twice! No, it's supposed to be a fairy. So how much is fairy? 20. You know what? I have enough lives. Because... Okay. Okay, this could be bad. Okay. I'm going to rewind solely for the... Actually, I should be good. Oh god. This could be bad. Just get down there. I need to have fairy primed because you need to use fairy in order to get through that hole. And now, time for the boss that they bring back in later games. This is Volvoga, which they call Barba. Nope. Okay. Okay, so shield, reflect. I think they are, actually. Yes, this is the one that looks different in the Famicom Disk System version. It looks a lot dorkier. Is it just gonna appear in that one? Nope. No! God damn it. Okay, there we go. I am not taking chances. Alright, on to Grand Palace. And there, now we're at max level. And yeah, so now that we're at this point, well, actually, okay. We're on to the last level, minus this one scene. So now we can go to Old Kasuto. There we go. Thunder. Which, yeah, they really toned down the price of Thunder because it used to be 64. Oops.
Better be a good-ass spell.
It's not a screen clear, but it's a damage everything on screen. So yes, it is a very good spell. Also, it's required to fight the final boss. Well, second final boss. God damn it. You know what? Whatever. Since I am... Oh, also they did add this. Because originally the pause screen would just, you know, freeze the screen. Here it will, they give you a little pause. Because how many lives do I have left? I have 2. I really want to make it to the Grand Palace. Actually, we will definitely be able to finish this today. Unless I just royally screw up the Grand Palace, which, with the amount of lives that I have, I find doubtful. It is actually going to be... this is also why I try and avoid the graveyards. It's because these enemies suck. Also, they changed it because in the original game, the way that or the placement of that particular ghost thing spawns, you are guaranteed to get hit upon getting in, entering the room. So they changed it so it's a little higher, so it doesn't hit you automatically. Oh yeah, and now time for the final, this area, which is always great because there's death pits in it. Death pits and really annoying enemies. So I'm going to be utilizing a exploit that basically, so random encounters will override preset like things. So I'm going to be forcing, or try to force, random encounters over set things. Also, I'm going to be playing this incredibly cautious. Ooh. Okay. Oh shit, there's another one still alive. You want to kill those things as fast as possible. Alright. You know, that thing is not worth fighting. Also blue is alphas, which it's basically the red Dyra, except what if it had a shield? Oh shit. Yeah, not taking chances with this one. God damn it. Okay, there's the final one. Okay. Okay, we should be... Okay, so this is the home stretch. Yep. Just get the hell out of here. Alright. If I game over, I game over. And then I just come back here. Which would be how the game would work anyway. And now time for some really annoying enemies. Actually, no, I think I went the wrong way. Or I should say I went the way that I'm not super familiar with. Yep, in time to fight Foe Tails. You know what? Actually, do me a solid. Just give me a little security. There, 6 lives. Actually, what am I doing? I don't even need to kill those things, so I don't need XP anymore. Because basically, whenever I get XP, you know what? I am gonna rewind just to save time. Just dealing with false floors is stupid. Also, how much does it reflect? And yep, there's these things. Damn it. Oh, well. Alright, do I have to fight one yet? Nope, not yet. Here we go. Yeah, so what if an Iron Knuckle jumped? Is what these things are.
Yeah, this looks real annoying.
Yep. Best thing to do is run. also, a lot of times, there are little side rooms. Yep, that was afraid of. Alright, run away. Nope, not that one there. And I think you go right here. Generally, if you... What will be the case is if you see an enemy here, that is the path you want to take. Yeah, now here's the one where I think you pretty much have to kill it. Yep, the blue one. Oh yeah, there is. There. Yep, that one's gonna kill me. Still got 5 lives left. And I think I'm like halfway through the dungeon. Also the big bubble. Which doesn't give XP for some reason.
Not that you need it.
Yeah. Also, there's a fairy in a really weirdly placed spot. Also, there is an extra life over there. Which, since I have so many, I will brave it real quick. So there. Should this attempt go really sour, I can at least have another easier time, but I'm pretty sure I'm like right next to the final thing. Yeah, is it the left? I'm also just, yeah, because there's an enemy. Yes, okay. So what they changed it is they basically all paths go to this room eventually, and there we go. Oh god! Forgot about that thing. And then we go over here. Up, down the hole. Gotcha that time. And that brings us here. In which we got Thunderbird, which you have to use Thunder, Jump, Shield, Reflect.
So why did you need to use Thunder?
So you have to use Thunder in order to be able to hurt it. God damn it. Oh, that's Thunderbird. There. And there's that. And now there's 1,000. And go in here.
There's a little gnome.
And now we got this. The final boss. Which is basically dueling yourself. Yeah, this fight's kind of janky. There's a way that you, if you put yourself in the corner... Oh, I wonder if they... I think they changed the AI of this. And... there's Zelda 2. The end. Nope, Ganon's the boss of the first game.
So this was the first appearance of Shadow Link.
Yep. Yeah, Ganon is dead, because the entire plot of this game is basically Ganon's minions are trying to kill you to get your ashes to revive Ganon. Which is why the game over is Return of Ganon. Except for, think something broke there.
Producer Deucer. Director Deucer.
Something broke. Sound composer.
Composer.
Also, another thing this hack does is it makes them, because these were just like, you know, like the codename things. But yeah, they make them sort of the full thing.
Oh no, it's glitching.
So it should say, thanks a million, press start. And there. And now if I go there, I now have a little triangle next to my name. So yeah, that was Zelda 2 via Zelda 2 Redo. So there you go. We were able to beat in practically perfect time. So all right.
World record PB.
Well, no, by no means a world record, but yeah, it's a decent time. So yeah, that's Zelda 2. Also have a minimum of rewind. I think the only time there's a rewind where basically do it save some time to avoid some bullshit. But yeah, I really like what the changes where I feel like it makes it not less a harder game. I mean, it does, by the fact that you have more access to healing, it makes it a little bit easier. But it is still a challenging game, and I feel like this balances it a bit more. But yeah, it's probably the best way. And I've beaten this before using that hack. I've never seen it glitch out like that, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Because I use a simulator as well, so yeah. I really think that is probably the best way of doing that. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and rank this. Let me. Oh, did I close out of Firefox? Are you open?
The ranking list has been refreshed. We're starting over, folks.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
So where is Zelda 2 normal? I think we moved it down. Nope, it's not that one. So Zelda 2, default is at 7. It is, like, just above good. I feel like this at least puts it above, like, a slot above. Into, like, the 6th category. Because especially since we got, like, East 3 in here, I feel like this is still at least as balanced as East 3. Which is also a similar game. Also stuff like Super Castlevania 4.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna put up against Castlevania 4, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Also, because if I look at stuff like 5, you got like Tails Adventure in here, Twisted Tales of Spike McFang, Wonder Boy Monster World, which I still feel is a better game than that. So I'm thinking 6 is probably a good spot for it.
Yeah. Seems about right.
This is 357. This came out in well, the original was 1987. Actually, originally in 1988. Nintendo / Shadow One. Shadow One 333. Oh, damn it. Alright, that's an NES game. It is RPG. It is high fantasy. Let's see. Let's see. I like the soundtrack of that game. It is a Zelda game still, like an actual proper Zelda game too. Well, just like mainline one. Charm, I don't really think I could really go into it. I'll give it a thumbs up for gameplay because I feel like they made enough decent changes with it. Difficulty, I'm still gonna say hard.
Yeah, that's still a difficult game.
The art looked fine. Let's see, is there anything else that I could put for it?
Far as Nay pulls cheap tricks.
Yep.
It's still a little bit cheap.
It's still a little bit cheap. Like they removed a lot of the cheap, but it's still cheap.
Also, I would say Moon Logic. Just because...
Yeah, there are some that are absolute Moon Logic. The finding hidden Kasudo is kind of nonsensical.
The mirror,
yeah. So yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
and well, no, you didn't have to do much grinding.
No, I just did it just because. The grinding is toned down a lot. And yeah, with that, I think that is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good for Zelda 2 redo. It is a pretty good attempt to balance Zelda 2, and I think it does a really good job, doing that. So with that, I am going to call that an episode, and let's talk about what we're doing on Saturday, because there is a Hazeltown story recording planned for Friday, and so there won't be a Friday episode, but there will, unless something happens, in which I do already have something planned, but nonetheless, the next thing should be on Saturday. So with that, let's talk about what we're doing on Saturday. So, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.ltplife. There you can watch these episodes at your leisure. This episode will go up on Friday. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/puzzlo. There you can watch these episodes live. Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. There's also my personal Twitter at @LoadPuzzlo, and the show's Twitter at Hazeltown Story. There's also Discord, discord.ldp@life, where you can take part in polls and various other things. There's also a Patreon. $2 and $5 tiers helps with hosting cost and various other things. So, on Saturday, we're taking, it's going to be March, so we are starting, essentially, Microcomputer March, by taking a look at a game for the PC-88, called The Scheme, which was a game by a company called Boftech, and also a game that, was the first soundtrack composed by one Yuzo Koshiro. So there is that. So I'm going to send you all over to Bear, who is playing Environmental Station Alpha, a game that we actually ranked not too long ago. So I might join him on that. So what do you mean that's not? I don't know. Whatever. So. Yep, that should be good, so I'm going to send you all over to him, and I will see you later.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yep.